Good Thursday morning. The war with Iran entering its sixth day.
With even more countries now involved. It is March 5th. This is Today. Breaking overnight, expanding. The war with Iran spreading all across the Middle East, with strikes now impacting at least 15 nations. New images showing the U.S. torpedoing an Iranian ship. President Trump hailing its success.
Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15.
But also facing new questions about its goals and the ongoing struggle to get stranded Americans home. We're live in the region and in Washington with the very latest. Called before Congress. Attorney General Pam Bondi subpoenaed to answer questions about her role in the release of the Epstein files and what was and what was not redacted. And then a new twist, a key Republican forcing that vote. New details in a live report straight ahead. Storms, but warm. Severe weather taking aim at millions across the country. The risk set to last for days. Al's going to have the full forecast, including where to expect record high temperatures today. On the hot seat, a landmark new trial on social media addiction and the dangers to children now underway. Jurors shown sworn testimony from Mark Zuckerberg laying some of the blame on predators who misuse his popular apps.
At the end of the day, I think it's those criminals that need to be brought to justice.
This morning, inside the closely watched case and the major changes it could bring. Honoring an icon.
You have to set a goal, write it down, and believe it.
Tributes pouring in for beloved Hall of Fame football coach Lou Holtz.
He was a better man than he was a coach.
Just ahead, we will celebrate his life on and off the field. All that, plus building bridges.
John, this is Carolyn Bissett.
JFK Jr.'s love story now helping connect moms and daughters.
She's very enthusiastic about it. Of course, she lived through the time.
Just ahead, how the hit show is charming multiple generations. And here's the story. The iconic Brady Bunch house, one of the most famous and most photographed in the country.
I bet if you're my age, you know what that house is by me.
Declared a cultural landmark.
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha!
Permanently cementing its place in Hollywood history. Today, Thursday, March 5th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. Thank you so much for starting your Thursday with us. Chanel is in for Savannah, who's still spending time with her family. We want to get right to that top story, the war with Iran now in day 6, with Iran vowing revenge after a U.S. submarine used a torpedo to sink an enemy ship for the first time since World War II.
Meanwhile, a new NBC News poll shows that most voters, 52%, say the U.S. should not have taken military action against Iran.
We're also hearing from family and friends of the first U.S. troops killed in the conflict, speaking out about loved ones' lives and their sacrifice. We've got it all covered for you this morning. We'll start in Israel once again with NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. Richard, good morning to you.
Good morning, Craig. A very different situation here than when we were on air 24 hours ago. I'm in Tel Aviv, and look where I'm standing right now. I am on the street. Cafes are open. People are out jogging, using their scooters. The government has changed its guidance, saying that people can go back to work if they are near a shelter, and there are many shelters in this country. The airport has partially reopened in Israel. All across the region, more airports are opening. Right now, there are flights, not all of them on schedule, in Oman, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, some out of the United Arab Emirates. So people who are stranded in this region are finding more opportunities to get out if they want to. But things are by no means settled. Just a few moments ago, just before we came on air, there was a barrage against this city. We saw the interceptors go up, flak jackets on. We found shelter. People who were at this cafe also found shelter. As soon as they got the all clear, people came right back.
The Israeli military this morning released new images of its fighter jets streaming toward Iran.
as this war continues to escalate and spread. Israel and the U.S. are targeting all parts of the Iranian military, its leadership and internal security forces. This is Periscope video. Nothing like it has been seen for decades from a U.S. submarine destroying an Iranian Navy ship. The first time the U.S. has used a torpedo to sink an enemy vessel since World War II. The Iranian ship can be seen going vertical as it slips underwater. The Sri Lankan Navy recovered 87 bodies of Iranian crew members and 32 survivors from the Indian Ocean. President Trump giving his assessment of the war.
Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15.
In Lebanon, Hezbollah, a pro-Iranian militia, has joined the fight, firing rockets at Israel. Israel responding with devastating attacks on Beirut and southern Lebanon, and sending in Israeli ground forces, displacing more than 80,000 Lebanese from their homes so far, according to the government. Iran's strategy is to spread the war and make it costly. Turkey, a NATO country, says it too was attacked by Iran. NATO air defenses shooting down an Iranian missile. Less than 1 week in, and already at least 15 countries have seen strikes against their territory, from the Mediterranean to southern Europe to the Persian Gulf. And the Trump administration says the most intense phase hasn't even started yet.
We are just getting started.
And casualties are mounting. At least 6 Americans dead, and in Iran, a memorial of bloody backpacks and charred notebooks from an elementary school where the local mayor says 168 people were killed. It remains unclear who carried out the strike. The Iranian Red Crescent says that more than 1,000 Iranians have been killed in this war so far. Craig?
Our chief foreign correspondent Richard Inglefors there in Israel. Richard, thank you. We're joined now by retired Colonel Steve Warren, an NBC News military analyst, former Pentagon spokesman as well. Colonel Warren, welcome back. We are now in day 6 of this war. There have been some varying timelines from the administration when it comes to taking control of the air, taking control of the waterways as well. Where does that part of the war effort stand as far as you're concerned?
That's right. Beginning at the start of this conflict, you can see here where these red squares are. That is the Iranian air defense capabilities. We used our highest technology capabilities, stealth aircraft, long-range stealthy cruise missiles, to destroy all of that. Now that the Iranians can't shoot at us anymore, we can use our workhorses, like the B-52 bomber, to penetrate deeper into Iran.
Let's talk about the Iranian response here, because the administration says that Iran's ballistic missile shots fired down 86% from the first day. Those drones, those single-use kamikaze drones, those are down 73% from the first day. Does that mean that the Iranians are running out of weapons?
That does. They are running out of weapons for 2 reasons. One, because they're firing them at us. But number 2, because we are striking them and we are reducing the numbers that they have. That doesn't mean they're empty, though. They're going to continue, I believe, to use their most high-end weapon systems much more strategically so they can get a bigger effect.
What would that look like?
Well, for example, we saw an example yesterday when they fired a long-range, intermediate-range ballistic missile at Turkey. So they are trying to draw Turkey into this operation.
Let's talk about that part of it in terms of the expansion of the effort. Word that France is going to send their lone aircraft carrier. You mentioned the missile that was shot down over Turkey. There was the Iranian ship that was sunk off the coast of Sri Lanka. What does that tell you about the expansion of the war and where we could be headed?
I like to think of it as the Iranians really only have one punch left to throw. They want to bring these other nations into the conflict in the hopes that those nations will then pressure the United States to stop our action. It doesn't appear to be working. These nations appear to be lining up with the United States against Iran.
Let's talk about Kurdish leaders as well right now for a moment. Because, again, we know the administration right now talking apparently to leaders in this part of Iraq and Iran, these Kurdish leaders, about perhaps starting some sort of uprising, perhaps providing them with arms. What do we make of these conversations and what that could mean moving forward as well?
Right. If we choose to enable the Kurds to begin fighting in Iran, what that will do is open up a second front for the Iranians to have to deal with. I do not believe the Kurds are interested in overthrowing the regime. I believe they're interested in securing their own homeland. But what it will do is cause Iran to have to move resources, forces, security forces, etc., to deal with the Kurds.
All right, Colonel Warren, thank you. Thanks, as always, for the insight and the analysis. Chanel, back over to you.
All right, as fighting continues, President Trump is again defending his decision to launch strikes against Iran, while a new NBC News poll is revealing how voters feel. NBC News senior White House correspondent Garrett Haake has that part of the story. Garrett, good morning.
Chanel, good morning. Americans are watching this war play out in real time, and our polling shows a nation divided over what we're seeing. A slim majority of voters say they disapprove of the president's handling of Iran as the Washington debate over the war heats up and as its human costs hit home.
President Trump again defending his decision to strike Iran.
We're doing very well on the war front, to put it mildly.
Arguing Iran would have developed a nuclear weapon if he hadn't.
When crazy people have nuclear weapons, bad things happen.
This as we're learning more about the lead up to his decision. A senior U.S. official confirming Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called President Trump last Monday, telling him Iran's supreme leader and his top advisors would be meeting in Tehran on Saturday and would be vulnerable to a single strike.
How important was that information in the president making the decision to strike where and when he did?
I think it was important with respect to the timeline, but I think the president, prior to that phone call, had a good feeling that the Iranian regime was going to strike the United States assets and our personnel in the region.
On Thursday, the U.S. team negotiating with Iran told the president that in their view, a real deal on Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs would be impossible to reach. On Friday, the president ordered the strikes to begin. Democrats on Capitol Hill have been pushing back, trying to block Trump's ability to fight the war without congressional approval. Republicans defeating that effort overnight, while tensions have been rising. This man protesting the war arrested by Capitol Police yesterday. Republican Senator Tim Sheehy joining the effort to remove the man, who says he is a veteran. While NBC News polling shows a majority of voters disapprove of the president's handling of the situation in Iran, Republicans and the White House staying the course.
Does the president believe the country supports the actions that he's taken so far in Iran?
I think he does. This is a rogue terrorist regime.
As the 6 American service members killed by an Iranian drone in Kuwait are mourned among the fallen. 20-year-old Sergeant Declan Cody's uncle, remembering him as exceptionally bright.
Started remembering him. There was just something beautiful about him, something amazing, something very intelligent about him.
In one other notable exchange yesterday, the White House press secretary was asked about the possibility of U.S. combat troops going into Iran at some point. She said that such a move is not part of the White House's current plan, but that the president won't take any options off the table as this conflict develops. Chanel?
All right, Garrett, thank you.
Meanwhile, thousands of Americans remain stranded across the Middle East amid the widening war. And while the State Department announced an overnight charter flight was bringing some of them back home, with additional flights planned, a number of families continue to voice fear and frustration. NBC's chief international correspondent Keir Simmons is in Dubai with that part of the story. Keir, good morning.
Craig, good morning to you. This morning they've been evacuating residents from around the U.S. Embassy in the capital of Qatar after a tense conversation between the Prime Minister of Qatar and the Iranian Foreign Minister. This morning, Qatar is getting another bombardment, while here in the UAE, they say they've just today faced 131 drones and 6 missiles. And for another day, Americans are caught in the middle. The 6th day of war and another wave of strikes hitting this region this morning. Americans trying to flee the conflict by any means necessary.
Do we stay put, or do we try to do a land border crossing?
The State Department saying overnight the first charter flights are starting to take off amid a widespread airspace lockdown.
There is some commercial flights that are taking off intermittently from these countries, and we plan to get Americans on board as quickly as possible.
To get a seat on a flight, Americans are told to call a hotline. But these twins from New Jersey say it's frustrating.
We've tried calling the embassy, we've tried calling the U.S. government, but how can we get out if no one's helping us get out?
What do you think of that?
We're American citizens, and we would expect America to help us.
Their family are in a hotel close to the U.S. consulate in Dubai, hit by a drone Tuesday.
I never thought in my life that I would be in a war zone.
The U.S. says it's working to get everyone out and even using space on military planes along with the charters. But for those flying commercial, airports are busy. Cody Green sharing his anxious journey, desperate to get back to Tampa for his son's first birthday.
Dubai International Airport, it's a little crazy.
After multiple cancelled flights.
Well, we made it through. Security and customs delayed an hour and a half, 2 hours, because we're heading home.
We caught up with him as he packed to leave. He too says he's got no government help.
So I think it's disgusting.
Are you anxious flying through all this?
A little part of me is, yeah, just how insecure the area kind of is with all the stuff flying through the place.
And overnight, Craig, the State Department saying it is surging additional flights to this region and that 17,500 Americans have already made it home from the Middle East. As to that father, Cody, that you saw there, Craig, trying to get home for his son's first birthday, his son, Reese, he called us just as he was boarding. It looks like he'll get there. Craig?
All right, well, some good news there. All right, our Chief International Correspondent, Keir Simmons. Keir, thank you.
We have more to get to, including new developments in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The House committee now voting to subpoena Attorney General Pam Bondi over the Justice Department's handling of files related to the late sex offender. NBC's Ryan Nobles joins us from Washington. Ryan, good morning to you. What can we expect from Bondi testifying?
Well, Chanel, good morning. The subpoena from the House Oversight Committee calls for a closed-door deposition, so we can likely expect something similar to what we just saw with Bill and Hillary Clinton, where the committee will record and then later release the video. Bondi will likely be interrogated on transparency issues related to the file's release. The Justice Department was required to publish more than 1 million pages of documents last year, but delayed the majority until this year. Both Democrats and Republicans have also criticized how certain names and information were redacted, while many victims were left identifiable. Republican Nancy Mace of South Carolina spearheaded this effort, posting that AG Bondi claims the DOJ has released all the Epstein files. The record is clear. They have not. NBC News has reached out to the DOJ for comment. Chanel.
And Ryan, while we have you, I want to ask you about a separate grilling on Capitol Hill. This one with Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary.
Yeah, she faced 2 days of tough questioning on Capitol Hill, and this hearing yesterday was in front of the House Judiciary Committee, and the members didn't hold anything back. A large part focused on how she's handled the department's finances, as well as the recent fatal shootings by ICE agents. But she also had to address allegations over an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate staffer, Corey Lewandowski, who serves as an unconfirmed special governmental employee. Here's that exchange.
So, Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
And while Noem didn't directly answer the question, she eventually went on to say that those accusations have been refuted. In the meantime, despite many calls on her to resign, the secretary insists she has no plans to step down. Chanel.
All right. Thank you, Ryan.
All right. Time now for that first check of the weather. Mr. Roker looking at some severe weather in the Midwest and some ice as well. Good morning.
Yeah, it's a real mess out there, guys. So as we see right now, we've got some heavy showers and thunderstorms developing. In fact, flash flood watches and warnings for 9 million people stretching from Missouri all the way into West Virginia. And we've got a risk of severe weather with an enhanced risk. Woodward, Wichita Falls, we're looking Lubbock, Texas, Wichita. Damaging hail, winds, and tornadoes possible. Tomorrow, there's also a much wider enhanced risk for 39 million folks stretching from Des Moines all the way down to Dallas. Again, we could be looking at tornadoes, hail 2 inches in diameter or more, heavy rain. We're talking some places up to 5 inches locally down through the southern plains. And even into the Northeast, we could be seeing up to 1 to 2 inches of rain. And icing conditions going to be a big problem as well. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Waiter,
There is too much pepper on my paprikash.
Waiter,
There's too much pepper on my paprikash.
on my paprikash.
But I would be proud to partake of your pecan.
Back at 7:30 with one of the many unforgettable Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan moments in When Harry Met Sally. And nearly 40 years later, we have some news today. It sounds like they'll be making some new memories together when they will reunite at the upcoming Oscars.
Oh.
So Carson is here. We'll have the details coming
That's
up.
right.
Popstar.
Probably a better scene to show than the
Well, I was like, I was
Deli
trying to.
scene.
I'll have what he's having, and she's having, rather.
35 years later, though, they've got a lot of chemistry and a great story on them coming up, as Chanel mentioned. But first, here's the story of one of the country's most beloved and photographed homes. The instantly not recognizable Brady Bunch house has just been declared officially a historic landmark.
NBC's Stephanie Gosk is here with what that means for this really iconic piece of television history. Hey, Steph.
Hey, guys, good morning. It's the most famous split-level ranch in America, the Brady Bunch house, now officially a historic monument. So it not only has a permanent place in our hearts, but also a protected spot on Dilling Street in the San Fernando Valley.
Here's the story of a lovely lady.
The Brady Bunch, all 9 of them, including Alice, packed into this split-level ranch for 6 glorious seasons starting in 1969.
We got fantastic news. What? It happened. What happened? The fantastic news.
Well, that clears that up. The show, the family, the shag carpet, even that floating staircase becoming cultural fixtures. But it was the house that drew the crowds and still does.
If you're my age, you know what that house is by me.
Now, the Los Angeles City Council has declared the Brady Bunch house an official cultural monument in a unanimous vote Wednesday. The status means the house in the San Fernando Valley is protected from demolition. The truth is, the show was actually shot on a soundstage, and the exteriors of the house were just used to establish scenes. But that didn't stop a bidding war in 2018, with HGTV buying the ranch for $3.5 million and creating a new show, a very Brady renovation. Cast members taking today on a tour of the construction site.
I literally did not even know where this place was until 1990.
Yeah, most people on the show had never been actually inside this house.
The actors from the Brady Bunch tore down the interiors and helped recreate their TV home, including that staircase. Cast members telling Savannah and Hoda about the renovation turned reunion in 2019.
Now, you were saying, Marcia, that Maureen, that you guys don't get to really get together like this all that often.
Right. It's been a really long time since all of us have been back
15
together.
years.
Wow. Now there are new owners who opened the house to the public for the first time last fall for limited private tours.
Oh my God! I am freaking in an episode.
A piece of historic Americana that became the star of the show.
That's the way we became the Brady Bunch.
I don't know about you guys, but I always wondered how they packed themselves into that tiny house, that huge family.
Yeah.
Turns out it was a little bit of TV magic, much like this is.
Oh, wow. Wow, Steph.
I love this. Is my dream.
It does.
That's right. Uh-huh.
That's
I almost
fun.
have Carol Brady's haircut, although it's not the right color.
You actually do. You wear it better, though. You wear it
She
better.
was way ahead of her day.
It's like my dream.
God, I feel like I grew up in that house. You know, it feels like a part of my own house.
Let me look at you that way.
I'm actually, as a kid, I'm glad I didn't know that they did all the scenes at a soundstage.
Oh, no.
Not actually in the house. I think I would have been heartbroken to learn that.
Don't tell me that. La, 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 la.
Steph, thank you. That was fun.
That was great.
That was a lot of, that was
I don't
fun
want
to
this to end.
There's probably a lot of people who still don't realize that the external shots are establishing shots that aren't really, you know, those homes. That's probably
It's
information
true.
people still don't
No,
even
you're
know.
like popping my balloon right now. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sorry about that.
Arson and Stephanie. That was great. Thank you.
Thanks, Steph.
All right. Still ahead, another landmark trial putting the impacts of social media on children in the spotlight. We'll tell you what Mark Zuckerberg admitted in sworn testimony.
First, though, we are going to celebrate the life of a towering figure in football, beloved coach Lou Holtz. Tributes pouring into him this morning. Kaylee Hartung with a look at his legacy. Hey, Kaylee.
Hey, Greg. A speech from Lou Holtz could make you feel like you were ready to run through a proverbial brick wall. That's according to his former players and his admiring fans. Coming up, we will share some of the powerful yet simple lessons the legendary coach leaves behind for us all. Stay with us.
Welcome back to This morning, football fans across the country are remembering legendary coach Lou Holtz.
That's right. The Hall of Famer died yesterday at the age of 89. Holtz was a beloved figure in the game who guided Notre Dame through a remarkable national championship run in 1988 and transformed once struggling schools into winning programs.
Yeah, a number of them. NBC's Kaylee Hartung here with more on Coach Holtz's life, his legacy, on and off the field as well. Hey, Kaylee.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, guys. Wherever Lou Holtz went, he won. He is the only college football coach to lead 6 different schools to a bowl game, and he did it living by his do-right philosophy. He once said, "It's not complicated. Just do what's right, do the best you can, and show people you care." Now, the iconic coach and broadcaster is being remembered for his impact on the game and beyond.
When a team led by Lou Holtz took the field, they were always prepared to win.
You've got to know where you want to go. You have to set a goal, write it down, and believe it.
Throughout a coaching career that spanned more than 4 decades, the College Football Hall of Famer cemented his reputation as a motivator and program builder.
I wasn't a great athlete. I'm not particularly talented or good looking, so I had to start at the bottom.
At each stop along the way, Holtz implemented his plan and focused on the basics, never more famously than when he fulfilled his childhood dream of leading the University of Notre Dame, taking over the decorated program in 1986 that had fallen on hard times.
It goes back to basic fundamentals: how to block, how to tackle, accepting your role, being held accountable, and have fun at Notre Dame.
He started a timeless tradition, the now iconic sign, "Play like a champion today." And in just his 3rd season in South Bend, Holtz rebuilt the Fighting Irish into an undefeated powerhouse, winning the national championship.
He was a better man than he was a coach.
One of the best players he ever coached, Heisman Trophy winner and future Pro Football Hall of Famer Tim Brown.
You always knew when you were in his presence that, good things were going to happen because this guy has said you could do it. And if Lou Holtz says you can do it, then doggone it, you can do it.
After a final stop at South Carolina, an opportunity to coach with his son Skip, Holtz spent the rest of his career as a broadcaster, injecting his energy, quick wit, and sharp analysis into ESPN's college football coverage. And this morning, the sports world paying tribute to an icon. Current Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman writing that he admired the values Holtz used to build the foundation of his coaching career: love, trust, and commitment.
Above all, love one another. I mean that sincerely. Every great team is where you care about one another.
He absolutely meant that. And Lou Holtz said he wanted to prepare his players for life, not just football. And he believed there are 4 things we all need in this life: something to do, someone to love, someone to believe, and something to hope for.
Oh, I love that.
Such a poignant reminder from a beloved coach, father, husband, and grandfather.
You know, years ago when he coached at the University of South Carolina, I had the opportunity to interview him a few times, heard him speak a few times, and he was one of those guys, you'd hear him give a speech, you wanted to run through walls.
Because he made you believe that you could.
Yes, he did. He will be missed. Influence, obviously, far and wide, including right here. Coach Holtz left his mark right here in Studio 1A. Carson's got more on that. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, guys, I made my way to our stairwell. You all know it quite well. This has been here for almost 20 years. This is our own Play Like a Champion sign today. Coach Lou Holtz saw this. It was actually an original sign on the stadium that he liked so much. He was inspired to have it put into the locker room in 1986. And again, about 20 years. This has been here today for all of our producers who are passing through here. We have a little bit of our Notre Dame magic. Play like a champion today. You touch it on the way down, and it's going to offer us, hopefully, one of these days, some good inspiration.
No, our team plays like champions every day.
Do.
It's just not us. Just not us.
That was great.
Kelly, thank you.
That was good. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. That was a great tribute. Mr. Roker plays like a champion every day, too.
Well, we try. Don't always succeed, but you always try. The next day, you get up and do it again. Well, for winter, it's been literally the tale of 2 countries. Northeast, it's been the coldest winter in more than 10 years. Out west, we've had the warmest winter on record for at least 20 cities. Here in the Northeast, you look at these temperatures, the core of the cold, 3 to 6 degrees below average. Coldest it's been since 2015 from Boston to Buffalo, Pittsburgh, D.C. since 2003 that's been the coldest winter, and that's affecting the harbinger of spring, the cherry blossoms. The peak bloom forecast is for the first week of April. That's the latest since 2018. Last year's blooms, March 28th. The latest bloom was March 18th. 1958. Hopefully, we don't worry about that. But big area of high pressure pumping up that warm air, jet stream up to the north. So look at these temperatures all above normal for Indianapolis, Shreveport, Galveston. You're going to be at 72, El Paso 80. Tomorrow, D.C., you're in the mid-50s. Savannah will be 78 degrees, 82 in Memphis. San Antonio, 11 degrees warmer at 83. And look at these temperatures here in New York next week. 60s, baby. Yeah, 70s in Cincinnati. Upper 70s in Nashville. You're going to be at 78. That gives the Music City a real reason to sing. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. Your latest weather, hashtag PSSP.
All right, guys, we got a good PSSP for you today. And these friends, they're famous. They are reuniting for a very, very good cause.
I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night.
So sweet.
Well, the reason we're showing you that, former co-stars Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal are teaming up to remember their late friend and When Harry Met Sally director Rob Reiner. According to Variety, the Oscars are planning a special in memoriam section that's going to include a Reiner tribute delivered by that duo. They're expected to be on stage with even more stars from the late Hollywood icon's massive movie catalog. The Oscars are scheduled for Sunday, March 15th. That should be a powerful moment. As you can imagine, Mr. Reiner was a part of over 100 films, from producing and writing and directing. So that'll be a nice
great. Heck of a tribute. All right, we got a full pop start, of course, coming up. Also coming up, JBH here with the boost.
Okay, guys, get ready to dance when you see the joyous video we've lined up for you this morning, right after this.
We're back, 7:51. You got a great boost for us, Tom.
All I do is talk. Okay, this one goes out to all of the guys who grew up in a house full of sisters. I think you'll be able to relate to this one.
Given the throne, I didn't know how to believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I lived two lives, tried to play both sides, but I couldn't find my own place.
Oh, luckiest man alive.
So cute.
They've trained him well.
Look how smooth he is with it, though.
That's it. So smooth. He nailed that.
Look at his little. Look at the moves. I mean, that's gonna be like
Chanel. Yeah, they could be like Hal, although neither of his sisters can dance because they're my children.
It doesn't matter. It's the
vibe.
Yeah,
It's
my son's got 3 daughters. That could be Jackson.
There you go. 3 sisters.
Great influence. Yeah, 3
He doesn't
sisters.
have 3
Yeah, we
daughters.
have 3 daughters.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll wait for a little bit of that.
By the way,
thanks for clearing that up. Yeah.
Corrected by JBH. Wow.
Never
I think we know what you meant.
Wow. I just
He's in
want to
high
make
school.
sure that people
He has
out
6
there
kids.
don't think that he
He vapes. He's a truck driver in the summer.
What's coming up in Pop Star?
Coming up, we're talking about SNL. This feels like an SNL sketch here. Your first look at Ryan Gosling making his triumphant return, and also the new Lorne Michaels documentary.
To be clear, Jack does not vape. Does not. Coming up, also the one, the only Steve Carell live in Studio 1A. He's going to tell us about his new must-watch comedy. But first,
Your son's gonna sue you for slander.
It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, breaking overnight. The war with Iran spreading across the Middle East now. President Trump defending the strikes.
Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15.
As thousands of Americans in the Middle East struggle to get back home, we're live in the region. Then, moving target? The popular retailer hitting the refresh button, preparing to spend billions of dollars to make some major changes. Everything you need to know just ahead. And the power of love. How John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bassett's love story.
Oh, please take me with you. I'm not sure that's such a good look.
Is now captivating a whole new generation of fans.
My mom introduced it to me. She's very enthusiastic about it. Of course, she lived through the time.
How the hit show is bridging the gap, bringing parents and their teenagers together. All that, plus Steve Carell live in Studio 1A.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
The Bear preparing its final course.
Are you good?
Yes.
Yes.
And 4 out of 5 for Ryan Gosling and SNL. It's all ahead today, Thursday, March 5th, 2026.
Father-daughter trip.
Hillsboro, Oregon.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Jake.
Missing
Youngstown, Pennsylvania.
From Pittsburgh, today's my 70th birthday. Stopping by the Today Show from the College of Charleston. Roll Cougs!
Ah, yes, the College of Knowledge. Welcome back to Today. Thank you so much for spending part of your Thursday morning with us. As you can see, it's a poncho morning on the plaza. A few raindrops, but didn't deter the crowd from coming out. We'll get outside and say hello to them in just a few moments. Meanwhile, Chanel is here.
Morning.
While Savannah spends time with her family.
Looking ahead tomorrow on Today, we are helping you save money and time when it comes to groceries, shopping in person, buying online, pickup versus delivery. We tried out different methods all across the country. You will want to see what we discovered tomorrow on Today.
All right, that's a good tease. Right now, though, let's get to your news at 8, and we are going to begin with the war in Iran, now entering its 6th day. The conflict is also growing across the Middle East, with at least 15 nations impacted by the airstrike so far. And Iran also warning the U.S. will, quote, bitterly regret Tuesday's torpedo attack on one of its ships. Let's get the very latest now from NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. He is in Israel. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. As you can see, Israelis are back on the streets. The government here lifting many of the restrictions that had been in place, telling people they can go out, they can go back to their businesses as long as they are close to a bomb shelter. The airport here and in many countries around the region is starting to open up again. So people who are stranded here are finding more ways to get out of the region. It shows that there's a growing confidence that Iran's ability to carry out the kinds of attacks it has been carrying out thus far is being diminished. The Israeli military this morning released new images of its fighter jets streaming toward Iran as this war continues to escalate and spread. Israel and the U.S. are targeting all parts of the Iranian military, its leadership and internal security forces. This is Periscope video. Nothing like it has been seen for decades from a U.S. submarine destroying an Iranian Navy ship. The first time the U.S. has used a torpedo to sink an enemy vessel since World War II. The Iranian ship can be seen going vertical as it slips underwater. The Sri Lankan Navy recovered 87 bodies of Iranian crew members and 32 survivors from the Indian Ocean. President Trump giving his assessment of the war.
Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15.
Turkey, a NATO country, says it too was attacked by Iran. NATO air defenses shooting down an Iranian missile. Less than 1 week in, and already at least 15 countries have seen strikes against their territory, from the Mediterranean to southern Europe to the Persian Gulf. And the Trump administration says the most intense phase hasn't even started yet. And casualties are mounting. At least 6 Americans dead, and in Iran, a memorial of bloody backpacks and charred notebooks from an elementary school where the local mayor says 168 people were killed. It remains unclear who carried out the strike. The Iranian Red Crescent says that roughly 1,000 people in Iran have been killed so far. Craig?
Richard Engel for us there in Israel. Richard, thank you.
New information this morning in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Today marks 33 days since Savannah's mom went missing. A pair of gloves found roughly 2 miles from Guthrie's Tucson home were traced to a local restaurant employee who was not connected to the crime. That's according to the Pima County Sheriff. Meantime, the sheriff says his team is still pursuing thousands of leads, and he believes investigators are making progress. As always, if you have any information that could be helpful, please call the FBI's tip line, 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Well, now to that closely watched trial that has social media giant Meta in the spotlight. New Mexico's Attorney General is looking to prove that platforms like Instagram and Facebook are dangerous to young people and also foster predatory behavior. Laura Jarrett is NBC's senior legal correspondent. Laura, good morning.
Craig, good morning to you. Prosecutors in New Mexico expected to rest their case against Meta as soon as today in this first standalone trial, where they say the tech giant put profits over safety. But CEO Mark Zuckerberg fighting back hard, defending his work, knowing the verdict here could strike at the heart of his business model.
You're the founder and CEO of Meta? Yes.
For the first time in a New Mexico courtroom, a jury hearing the sworn testimony from Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The previously unseen deposition potentially a critical piece of this landmark civil trial, as the state accuses Meta, the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, of creating a breeding ground for predators seeking to target kids for sexual exploitation online. Zuckerberg acknowledging bad actors misuse his platforms, but the Facebook founder also highlighting the safeguards currently in place.
I think that our responsibility is to develop tools that can help identify people like this. But at the end of the day, I think it's those criminals that need to be brought to justice.
The case in New Mexico happening at the same time as a jury in Los Angeles weighs evidence in another civil trial against Meta.
Sir, excuse me.
Accused there of making Instagram deliberately addictive to teens. But if successful, New Mexico could break new legal ground as the first state to hold the social media giant liable.
I think it's going to set a legal precedent, but more importantly, I think it's going to galvanize public opinion.
The state's Attorney General Raul Torres, who brought the case, telling us in an exclusive interview he hopes to see the way Meta does business fundamentally change.
What would a victory mean for you in this case?
If we can get them to change the way they do business in this state, we can establish a blueprint for how they can make these products safer for people all across this country and around the world.
The state's attorney general there going on to tell me that the one tangible change he would like to see is a better way to verify a user's age, something Meta says they've already made a lot of progress on. But remember, guys, this case matters because there are more than 1,500 similar lawsuits just like this one, and they're waiting to see what the verdict comes out here.
All right, Laura, thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Well, retail giant Target is making some big changes in an effort to win back customers and investors. Many of the changes will center around the needs of busy families. That means more fresh groceries and more baby products. Target is also planning to add a dedicated display for higher-end makeup and a larger array of merchandise for sports fans. Target says it will spend about $2 billion to revamp stores. Customers will notice some changes right away, while others will be rolled out in the coming months.
All right. You say Target, I say Target. Target.
We'll make it a little fancier.
There you go. Mr. Daly, what you working on, buddy?
Well, we've got some big news about one of our favorite TV shows around here, The Bear, and it's coming from an Emmy-winning star and our friend Jamie Lee Curtis. That story coming up.
But first, a surprising twist to the hit show about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. We'll show you how their love story is helping some parents bridge the generation gap with their teens. That's right after this.
We are back 8:13 now with the impact of one of the most popular shows on television right now, Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, the iconic 90s couple, now captivating a new generation.
Apparently, a lot of teenagers are falling for John and Carolyn by watching alongside their parents. NBC's Ann Thompson is here with more on how the show is bridging the generation gap. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. And it really is. Since Love Story premiered on FX just a few weeks ago, teenagers are flooding social media with tributes to John and Carolyn's style, their romance, and their tragic story. As we found out, for some families, it's become must-see TV for moms and their daughters.
John, this is Carolyn Bessette.
Forever young, forever beautiful.
Please take me with you.
I'm not sure that's such a good look.
Ducking out of a charity event or going home with you?
The love story of John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette charming a new generation of fans.
I would say that I found the show first.
14-year-old Sloane Corletto and Olivia Ashton and Olivia's 11-year-old sister Phoebe are all avid watchers.
I think the way their love story connects, because at the beginning, Carolyn was playing kind of hard to get, really intrigued me to get more interested and find more about it.
Did any of you even know about JFK Jr. before watching the show?
I knew of him. I knew who he was, but I don't think I knew much about the backstory of who JFK Jr. was, how he lived his life. I've definitely looked up Carolyn Bessette. I think she was kind of an icon, and I've looked up a lot about their family and kind of the history of the Kennedys, because of course, watching a show like that, you just want to know more.
This dip into history via Hollywood, bridging a generation gap once a week.
My mom introduced it to me. She's very enthusiastic about it. Of course, she lived through the time, and we started watching it together, and we really loved it. It's really nice.
What is it to watch a show like that with your mom?
She'll fill me in on things that I don't understand, and she'll talk about what it was like to live during that time period.
I remember the first episode I watched with my mom and my sister, I immediately went on my phone and searched up them, and I was like, oh Mom, they looked like so similar to the actors, and I was just like watching YouTube videos, and I was so intrigued.
For Sloane's mom, Courtney, it's a chance to share memories.
You have friends tell stories like, oh, I was walking in Central Park and I saw him playing football with friends. So yeah, you always kind of knew of them.
And for Sloane to try on Carolyn's style.
I actually have got a headband. I've been influenced by
tortoiseshell headband.
Yeah, where she bought her headbands is like my pharmacy, so that's just something that's so like normalized to me.
She had headbands. He had this magazine cover, People's Sexiest Man Alive. Liz McNeil is an editor-at-large at People magazine and co-author of JFK Jr., an intimate oral biography.
I interviewed the editor who made the decision, and he said they didn't know who Sexiest Man Alive was going to be that year. It was 1988, and he said a photo crossed their desk of John playing football shirtless in Central Park, as he was known to do, and he said, that's it.
And despite today's fascination with celebrity, these fans think JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette are unique.
I'm not quite sure if anybody today can meet his kind of level.
While for the couple's contemporaries, the series raises the eternally tantalizing question of what might have been.
I just think the tragedy of the family, I think they were so young and there was so much promise, and what were they to become? What would their family look like? What were they going to achieve? And I just think that a life cut so short and so bright, I think it really was tragic.
Now, one of the young ladies said something that really stuck with us. Everything we know about Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was simply observed. There were no interviews, there was no social media, that we barely ever heard her voice, and maybe that is why, more than 25 years later, she has many people still wanting more.
That's such a good point. I think we lose perspective of how long ago it was, really.
It really was. And they were fascinated that there was no social media, you know, and they keep doing deep dives into social media, looking things up on YouTube. They're trying to learn some history because they really didn't know who they were. So it's a way of getting them interested in at least pop culture history.
You're right. You make a good point, because we live in a time now where everyone is everywhere all the time. They were not omnipresent. But there's also this era of nostalgia that we're enjoying, but we don't always get to see the nostalgia bridge two different generations.
And that's exactly what it's done.
So, thank you.
It's weather best time of the morning.
All right, guys, Steve Carell's back there.
Yeah.
Yes, getting ready for a little pop star stuff, and there's the funniest man on TV. Wow. All right, guys, we're going to start today with Saturday Night Live. Speaking of funny, Ryan Gosling back this week, and in a funny new promo, it looks like the returning host is maybe getting a little ahead of himself.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing, because I'm counting no eggs.
Dude, what the hell are you doing?
5 Timers Club, Michael. Read it and weep.
This is your 4th time hosting.
Wait a second.
The first Close Encounter sketch, the second time you came, you did Papyrus.
Butthead, and...
Now this is your 4th.
It's just 4.
It's just 4. And
oh my God, it's just 4. I'm sure someone's made this mistake before.
Never once.
Really?
You lit my picture on fire.
That's funny. In case you don't know, 5 is the big number. It seems like maybe it was 5, but no, the math was off. Just 4. Ryan Gosling hosts this weekend for a 4th time with musical guest Gorillaz. That'll be a great show. All right, next up, SNL. That's right, we'll stick on the subject. Lorne Michaels, the man behind nearly all 51 seasons, is the subject of a new documentary. We've got a Pop Star exclusive sneak peek. It's being directed by Oscar winner Morgan Neville, and who's also done some docs on Steve Martin and Paul McCartney and others. Let's take a look at Lorne.
I was probably too driven to be a hippie. What I wanted was a voice in the culture, and SNL was that vehicle.
He has this man behind the curtain mystique about him. I don't know Lorne the way Alec Baldwin knows Lorne. I've never stood in the ocean with Lorne.
Lorne is the ultimate show business survivor. He's still here, and 100 executives are not.
All right, it's finally happening. And by the way, you can find the whole trailer if you want to watch it at today.com. It's called Lorne, of course, and it's from our sister company, Focus Features. That's going to hit theaters April 17th.
Okay, yeah.
Next up, Jason Kelsey. He had a little podcast crasher on the latest episode of New Heights. Check it out.
Going to miss competing. You see, is Ellie in the background?
This is so funny.
Can you go upstairs, Grim? No? Why? You say hi to the greatest receiver ever to play football? Say hi to Randy Moss. Are you guys going to pick up Wyatt right now? All right.
Hi, Randy Moss.
Man.
Love you, Uncle Taffy.
Okay,
baby.
That bring back like pandemic?
Oh, my
God. Yeah.
And it just makes them more lovable. You know what I mean? They just keep.
That's some of my favorite parts, was especially when there was like serious news happening and, and like the guy's daughters in the background.
And the babysitter comes and they drop.
You had the graphics,
oh my God,
department.
The graphics department.
Oh, that's fun.
I employed Jackson for that. I needed it.
Oh, that's so
And now he's vaping.
Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable.
With 3 children.
Callback.
Look what our business does to young teenagers. Funny. Next up, the bear. Better than cigarettes. No, I don't know.
No, it's worse.
It's not.
One of our favorite guests, who was just here recently and guest star of The Bear, Jamie Lee Curtis, revealing some news about her return to this role.
Do you know what's really crazy? Is when you're trying to cook and people just they pour into the kitchen. You know what's boiling in here?
Is this a passive-aggressive way of you asking me to leave?
No. It is an aggressive way of asking me to go scratch it. Scratch it.
Last month, Curtis posted a pic with Bear star Abby Elliott and wrote in the caption, "Finished strong," which got the internet buzzing. Did Jamie Lee Curtis perhaps just confirm that The Bear's ending? Then on a red carpet this week, here's what she had to say about that.
People think that you were confirming the show is ending, which I believe.
Everybody's confirmed the show is ending. I don't understand why that's such a. Unless I'm going to get a call from all the people saying, just told. I think everybody understood that it was the last season of the show.
We don't believe that was as much common knowledge as Jamie might say.
Jamie world it was.
Yeah.
But if Jamie Lee said it, it's true.
Sounds like we're the last to know. So maybe season 5 is the last one, but hopefully not. We'll find out. Finally, Jenna, we're looking at you. A new episode of your Open Book podcast out today with author Colleen Hoover talking about her novel, It Ends With Us. If that sounds familiar. It was, of course, adapted to the big screen in 24. We all know it stayed in the headlines due to that ongoing legal battle between its stars, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Well, after admitting last year she was almost embarrassed to say that she wrote that book, Colleen's opening up about how she feels today.
Is it hard to have those two things, like your very first memory, one of your pieces of art that I know you cherish, wrapped up with all of this?
You know, it is, but it's getting easier to separate it. I'm so proud of that movie. I think the actors, the director, everyone did such a good job making it that I have to look at everything else separate from the film, from the book. And as unfortunate as it is, I am still just very much grateful that we got to see it come to life, to separate. You know, I'm so proud of
that was an interesting conversation. And by the way, next week, one of her other books, Reminders of Him, is hitting theaters. So that'll be good.
Yes. You know what? She's also talked about her cancer battle. You know, she came out with the news. I think you did it on Popstar.
Yeah.
And she talks about that too.
We have the stars of her new movie in the third hour today too.
Yes.
So.
And the fourth.
What I love about your podcast also is that your father's artwork is featured so prominently in the background.
Yes, it is.
I hope he appreciates that.
Yeah.
I never say anything at all, but with nothing to consider, they forget my name. Hey. They call me quite loud, but I'm a riot. Mary Jo Lisa, always the same. That's not my name.
That is how you pump up a crowd. That's how you give a commencement speech. Steve Carell there dancing away as he gave Northwestern's commencement last spring, sending grads off with a good laugh as only he can. Perhaps, though, it was also a bit of research as well, since Steve's new show puts him in the center of collegiate life. In Rooster, Steve Carell plays a best-selling writer who starts working as a guest lecturer at a liberal arts college to help save his daughter's job at the school, but he's not sure that the new gig is a natural fit.
Oh, yuck. There I am. I don't love these readings.
That's you.
I get so self-conscious and I can't I can't.
Oh, no, you can't read? If you come to a big word, just sound it out.
I write books that you're supposed to read at the beach. They are light, they are fun. The characters that you like have sex. The ones you don't get shot in the face. At a stuffy college like this, these kids are looking for fun. They're looking for depth.
I teach a class about the poetry of Bad Bunny. You'll be fine, okay?
What's a Bad Bunny?
Steve, welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back. You know, you're at that point in your career where you probably get lots of things that come across your desk, get lots of options.
Yeah.
You describe this as, quote, one of the best comedy pilots I've read, period.
It's true because I met with Bill Lawrence, who is one of the creators with Matt Tarsis, and he had pitched this idea. And he and Matt went off and wrote it, and a few months later, I read the pilot. And pilots are tricky to make because they, a lot of exposition, new characters, new setting, inviting people in, but they did it really well and efficiently, and it's funny.
And Bill Lawrence, of course, the guy behind Ted Lasso and Scrubs and Shrinking as well.
Yeah.
It's the special sauce in this one would seem to be, I'm just 4 episodes in, but it would seem to be, there's some laugh out loud funny moments, but there are also some tug on the heart moments as well.
Yeah. People have been describing it as sort of a hug kind of show, which is, it's a weird way to sell a show because, you know what?
It's a hug.
It's really charming and it's gonna hug you. Give you a big warm hug. But it's really sweet and it is really funny. But it does have. And what I like about the way Bill and Matt write is that it can be really funny and then take a left turn and turn a little bit serious.
Like that.
Yeah.
There's also this exploration of the dynamic between his daughter and the father. There's this good look at that, and that's one of the through lines throughout the whole thing. How much of your own experience as a dad? I know your daughter is, I think, early 20s.
Yeah.
How much of your own experience as a father did you draw on?
Well, both Bill and I and Matt all have adult daughters, and so we're all going through that period of time where kind of trying to let them break away a little bit and make mistakes for themselves, and it's not easy to do when you love them so much.
I mean, to be fair, not mistakes like the ones that the
not mistakes like the ones you see in the show.
Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah. Your wife, Nancy, also, not to give away too much, but she makes a cameo.
Isn't she fantastic?
She's the best. Steals the whole scene.
Oh, she's the funniest person I know.
Happy 30 years, by the way, 30th anniversary.
Thanks.
What's the secret? Is it just laughter?
You meet the right person. I think it's the right person. I think you just get lucky and you meet the right person.
The show itself, it takes place at a liberal arts college. And we wanted to know what Steve Carell was like when he was back in college. So we reached out. You went to Denison.
I did.
Denison University, class of 1984.
84.
I think we found some yearbook pictures. We would like to.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
That is a mustache. That is a stash. That is beautiful.
Yeah, look, okay, this way.
That
pretty
is
much
beautiful.
Exactly the same.
And you're a Renaissance man, too, because you were pretty much the same. Yes, the resemblance is striking. You were a Renaissance man because not only were you a star of stage back in college, you played hockey, too?
I played hockey. I was a DJ. I tried to do everything I could.
You were a DJ?
Yeah.
What was your genre? What was your go-to?
Well, any song that was really long where I could go, like Stairway to Heaven, that was a go-to. 7-8 minute song, go get coffee, do some socializing.
Yeah, that was your go-to.
Yeah.
Have you gotten back on the ones and twos since then? Shaq is a big DJ. No?
No, the ones and twos.
Could you? That's what they called it back in the 80s. They called it the ones and twos back then, didn't they? Yes. You could do it.
Oh, I certainly could. Yeah, I'm going to transition into that. That's my next thing.
I want to show this other picture. You were in a comedy troupe. What's the name of the comedy troupe?
Burpees CD Theatrical Company.
Burpees.
Yeah.
One of the current. Oh, there's another good.
There it is.
Where are you in that
my
picture?
Gosh.
I don't see it.
I am dead. I'm without the mustache. I don't think I have a mustache there.
No.
I'm right. I am the person on the left.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that.
The really handsome nerd.
The really handsome nerd who also played hockey. One of the Burpees had a question for you as well.
Okay.
Stand by. This is a question from one of the Burpees.
Sure.
Here we go.
Hi, Steve. I'm Tiana Ware, a current member of the Burpees here at Denison, and I was wondering, what is one thing that you learned from the Burpees that helps you in your career now?
Well, the Burpees motto back then, and I think still, is out on a limb. So taking chances. And what I learned there is the idea of ensemble. No one is more important or greater than anybody else. You're all in it together, and you all go down with the ship. And so, and I actually think those things help me later as an actor, and certainly in life. You know, you just have to be part of the ensemble. It's not just about you.
Steve Carell, that's very insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
When you relaunch that DJing career, we want you to come back and give us a little.
You won't be seeing me anytime soon.
Steve is back in our third hour with his co-stars, and you can catch the premiere of Rooster this Sunday on HBO, streaming on HBO Max as well. It is definitely worth the watch.
Welcome back. Spring is all about planning for the unexpected, including some dramatic weather shifts. So this morning, we are getting you spring prepped with in-between essentials for your wardrobe, your home, and your skin. Shop Today contributor Chassie Post is here. And remember, you can shop along with us by scanning that QR code right over there at the bottom of your screen. Good morning to you.
Good morning. These are some great ones.
These are good ones, and I'm ready for the weather to break here on the East
Me
Coast.
too. And so, you know, when the seasons shift, we all need, you know, a great transitional piece. And I have to say, perfect solution for both men and women. These puffer vests. These are from Amazon Essentials. First of all, feel them, Chanel.
Oh, these are Amazon Essentials.
Yes.
Okay.
So lightweight. They feel like air when you put them on. Secondly, they're water resistant for those spring showers coming our way. And thirdly, I think they're fashionable. Check out this photo. So I styled mine 2 different ways.
Okay.
So you dress it down with your joggers, but you can also dress it up, layer it under a blazer.
That's cute.
And this is great for all year long. But I have to say, my favorite thing about them.
Can it just fit in that pouch there?
They fold down in this tiny, teeny little pouch.
That's
I mean,
perfect.
look at this, y'all.
How much is it? 28 bucks?
Yeah, starting at just $28. And I think that is what we
Makes
call
life
a
easy.
winner.
I love
Yes.
it. Okay, so you and I were just talking about this during the commercial break. I know
Yes.
so many people now who are dry brushing.
I know. So I found out about it from a major celeb who said there's so many benefits.
Okay.
So it's perfect for prepping your spring skin. Here, grab this one.
Okay.
I'll show you how it works. You just take the brush and dry. On your skin, just dry, you brush. You do it in
you do it like in a circular motion?
Or you can do it up towards you.
So it's like if you ever have a lymphatic massage, sometimes they'll do that. So is it like kind of doing that for yourself?
It does that for yourself, but what it also does, it's an excellent exfoliator. It helps to reduce ingrown hairs. It helps to increase circulation, produce collagen, and guess what else it does?
What?
Okay, when I do this consistently, I noticed a reduction in the appearance of cellulite.
Really?
Thank you very much. So, I mean,
Can't beat
under
the $10. Exactly. We'll
Thank
try
you.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so after we've dry brushed, it's time to moisturize.
I love body oils.
I think you are going to love this one. It's from Bioma, the Bioma Nourishing Oil. And we have some a little back here. Test this.
Oh, this is nice.
It is so rich and luxurious, and it smells
I love
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
And top dermatologists have recommended it, you know, to protect your moisture barrier, for deep hydration.
I like it sometimes before I go to bed.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
yes, or right out of the shower, it locks in that moisture.
I love that. Okay.
And our producer Alexa has been testing this all week. She saw not only was it moisturizing, but it helps to brighten dark spots and gives you your skin an instant glow. So just $14.
All right, so body oil, and now we're doing our own little pedicure.
We've got a spring treat for our feet here, Chanel.
A foot peel?
Yes. So this is the foot peel mask. It is incredibly popular. 70,000 ratings for both men and women.
Okay.
And let me show you what you do. You just put on these little booties here that you can see up front. They're masks. You wait for an hour, you take it off and rinse. But the magic starts after about a week.
Oh, they start peeling?
Your feet peel. It's almost like you're shedding your winter skin and welcoming your fresh spring skin.
Okay.
And your feet feel so soft. It's like a makeover for your feet.
Like a baby's feet.
Like a baby's feet. And normally $20, but we're getting a clickable coupon for just $16.50.
Feel my hands.
I mean, I know.
I know, it's good.
I know. I
Oil
knew
is
you'd
good.
love this.
Okay, what about this?
Okay, so
Little
next up,
refreshers?
we've got a refresh for your home.
Okay.
Okay, and this is zero effort. What it is, it's from Fresh Wave, and it's a gel that all you do is you unscrew the top and you put it anywhere you need
I need
it.
it in my laundry room.
Yeah, bathroom, laundry room, pet areas, just $14, and it absorbs and all the odors. And
I like
this
that.
smells so good too.
Last but not least, we all have these water bottles, or a lot of us are trying to, but cleaning can be...
Spring clean the water bottles. Guess what? Okay. Do you know how often we should be washing our water bottles?
I mean, I'm sure we don't in my house. But
I know. Mine either once per day, daily.
Oh, no, that's
I know,
not
but
gonna
so we've got a hack to help you. So these are from Owala, and they're just little cleaning tablets. And check it out. I'm going to show you how it works.
Okay.
And we've also got B-roll. You just drop the tablet in.
Okay.
It starts to fizz. You wait for 15 to 20 minutes, and then you rinse. And that is
And it just gets the stuff off of the things you can't even see.
Things you can't even see. That's
Okay.
what I'm scared of.
Yeah.
The things in there you can't even see.
Right.
So, and yes, it's $20
Can't beat
for
it.
20 of them.
Okay, good stuff today. Thank you,
Thanks,
Chassie.
Chanel.
I love my hands. To start shopping, scan our QR code or check out today.com/shop.
Welcome back at 8:51 Today Food. This morning we're joined by the legendary, our buddy Mario Carbone is back in the studio, and he is the chef and owner, of course, of Carbone, the iconic Italian restaurant that bears his name since opening up the original here in New York over a decade ago. Mario has taken the signature taste of his Italian cuisine to some of the biggest cities on the planet, and that does include Miami Beach, where soon there'll be an exclusive star-studded event coming up during Miami Race Week. It's May 1st. They turn this whole beach area into Carbone's Beach Annual Supper Club. It's on the sand, and it's going to be celebrating the very best in food and entertainment. Chef, always good to have you here, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
Can you still, this is crazy, man. You grew up in Queens.
Yes, sir.
You opened up 2013 Carbone here. You know, you went to culinary school, you went to Italy, you did all this stuff. Like your life now, you're like the man in the restaurant business. Do you ever get a chance to just cook? Do you miss it?
I love cooking. I still do it at home, you know. Usually simple stuff, though. Like, people think I make these elaborate feasts at home, but I'm just making simple food like everybody else.
This deal down in Miami is during race week, and you've been here before.
Yeah.
It's the 5th annual. Describe the setup for people.
It's basically, you know, it's us and American Express is kind of the title sponsor of the whole thing, and it's basically, for me, a throwback to when it was the old days of getting dressed up for dinner. There's a show. It's a big feast. It's a night out. It's the greatest supper club you could ever possibly attend.
And how many do you feed?
We do about 600 people, all in unison, in the back. No one even knows it's happening.
That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty amazing.
And a lot of big names I know are there. All right, so you're doing risotto, which I think sounds like the most intimidating thing for people to cook. We'll get to the rice in a minute.
It's actually really easy.
Okay, good.
It takes a little bit of time and a little bit of patience, but the dish is
So
pretty
dump these
easy.
in?
Yeah, drop that in. We're doing risotto primavera, so we're doing spring risotto. You know, we're hoping we're hoping the spring's coming soon here.
By the way, on the chop on these, is there part of the asparagus you want to take off, or is it all
So you
good?
could either chop or you could just snap. Basically, wherever it breaks is where the tender part starts and the tough part stops. And then you want to use this in your stock.
Got it.
So you add that to your stock, and that'll flavor it. So you can either do vegetable stock, you can do chicken stock, you can do mushroom stock. And then when it comes, so you blanch all your green vegetables, shock those, put them aside, and then to make your actual risotto, you're gonna get this going. I'm gonna put a little bit of green onion in here to start.
All right, we've got our tasters over there, Chanel,
Oh my gosh,
Craig.
mine is almost gone.
Then your raw rice.
What kind of stock did you use for this one?
Yeah, what's
This is chicken stock, but I added the asparagus to it.
Dumb question. What what kind of rice is risotto?
Risotto is a short grain rice. So
Never a dumb question.
There's a
Very good, thank
that's
you.
right. There's a couple of varieties you can use. Arborio. There's one called Vialone Nano, but you want a short, fat rice.
Got it.
So then you toast it. You're gonna deglaze with white wine.
Like, it's so good.
Let that cook out, and then you slowly add your stock, one ladle at a time. That's where the patience comes in. The whole thing's gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes till it's fully cooked.
All right.
That's the stock. You want to finish it with butter, with fat. Butter, cheese.
That's why
our butter.
Exactly.
Our butter is going to be infused with herbs.
Yep.
So mint, I love mint and peas. Mint, basil, parsley. You put that in the processor with the tops of the scallion. You use the bottoms in there, tops of the scallions. And then soft butter. You're going to make this beautiful herb butter, and this is going to finish the risotto.
But meanwhile, your risotto's done, right? Is that it right there?
This is our finished risotto, or just about finished. I like it to rest at the very end like a steak.
Okay, yeah.
Let it rest 5-10 minutes.
Is there an overcook happening with the rice?
It's kind of finishing the cooking process. Off the fire, put a lid on it, let it rest.
And that lets you do this.
And then that lets you mix this in. This is just a
herb butter.
This is the fat going into the rice.
Yeah, you
guys.
want butter, a little bit of fontina cheese.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Because this is a northern recipe, right?
Right.
So you want to use the ingredients from that area.
Is that where your family's from? You have like the northern Italian and Sicilian?
That's right. Good memory. My mother's side are Northerners and my father's side are Southerners.
Yeah, we did so much coverage of Milan Cortina on the Olympics, and the food up there in Milan is different than you sort of think about.
It's completely different. Like two different countries different.
Yeah.
Mix that in really well. You're going to add your
delicious.
blanched vegetables from earlier, whatever you want. You know, whatever the first things are to hit the market. This is your primavera.
Chanel, right?
A little bit of
by the way,
mushroom
from
garnish.
Carbone, some of the best stuff, the antipastas and breads you
Oh,
brought.
my goodness.
Rookie move.
Thank you.
Don't crush the bread basket.
I know.
When that comes, you know that move.
I do know
One
that
over
move.
there.
Roker just came
Uncle Al, grab some.
Uncle Al's here.
Hey,
How are you?
good to see you, Chef.
Chef Mario Carbone, thank you.
Thank you.
Carbone Beach Supper Club on the Sand kicks off
Thank
May
you, sir.
1st. Get your
Appreciate
tickets now. And for this recipe, head to today.com/food. Ahead on the third hour, we've got Nevo the Mentalist stopping by. Nevo to blow your minds.
I made that mistake already.
Okay, but first, your local news and weather. Thank you, Chef.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.